Yo, what's up? Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I had to use the washroom. Well, actually, it's only a minute late. What am I talking about? I'm not late. Come on, guys. How's everybody doing? Connection says excellent on my end, so on my end, I guess my connection is excellent. Lots of volume off the rip, as you can see, which we're not surprised by. It is New York, and New York has been like that for a while now. I haven't even really looked at NQ yet. Is that a wick on the 30? Yeah, my line's going to go right there based on the 30 and the hourly, I think. Or it would have. I mean, we're already way past that, but... Wow, look at that massive drop on the hourly candle there. The question really is, will we fail to close below on the 4 hour? Because if we do, and we get like a strong 15-minute candle in the bullish direction, then, you know, that type of trade would play out. But if the 4 hour movement down is strong enough to break below all this, you know, that even a type 2 would be losing, even a beautiful one. But yeah, here we are. Maybe I should post in my Discord real quick that we're live too. Yo, Wilson, what is up, my brother? Been a while. Been quite some time, actually. Since like I was live, I mean, and we were talking live streamer to chatter. You know, we've been talking a little bit, but yeah, we need to talk more actually. Yeah, I miss you, man. Come on. We're back though. Yo, Stuart. Yes, sir. It's great to be back. You know, it's great to be back. We're going to see now what we get in New York. This is no news today. No news. So we might get something, you know, pretty, or we might get a session that's not as crazy as other days. Hi, bro. Not seeing gold. I just switched over to NQ quickly. I prefer gold, to be honest. So yeah, we'll look at that, but yeah, the volume on gold off the rip is just wild once again, even though there's absolutely no news. Like, there's not even a red folder for CAD or anything. Heard you were a pro hockey player? Yeah, you heard wrong, pal. I'm not gonna lie. I did play for the Seahawks, though. If anybody here from my hometown, or if anybody's here from my hometown, you know that what I'm talking about. Oh, that's burnt. No, I was far from pro, very far. Yo, Jedi, what's up, man? Good to have you here. Yeah, guys, I don't know how long I'm gonna be streaming because these New York sessions are just out of control with the volume. I'm not even really like interested in much. Everything is just overextended for me. London was dead, and then suddenly, bang. I was asleep for London. Oh, I slept so good last night. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was good. Asia is cooking lately. Yeah, dude. I'm not surprised, to be honest, but I just basically like been fixing my sleep like to the best of my ability, and Asia got to be sacrificed for me. If anything, I'll be waking up early to do London if I need to, if New York is just that cooked. Seal, what's up? He says, yo, Pez, sup, bro? I'm going to be here, just AFK. Yeah, that's all good, bro. I'm on speaker, busy with some chores around the PC. I get you, man. It's all good. Oh, you can see my hamper in the background. I just realized that, too. I need to do some chores as well. Couldn't take this breakout because it just went in the first 20 seconds. Yeah, it's also a lot of one color in one direction as well. I don't think I'd even want to take it personally. The hourly candle is just so big, man. Like, if anything, this is just, I mean, inexplicable really to me. Other than fundamentals, which, like, with all the war talk and everything like that going on, you know, that's basically why we're seeing all this stuff. All this type of volume and volatility. For technical traders, it's not really ideal conditions. But you make it work, though. Two days in a row, sheesh. Yeah, after like months of not being active at all, 2 days is crazy. But we're here. Wow, look at NQ as well. NQuizzy is dropping like crazy. Still smashing the gym? Yes, sir. I am still smashing the gym. Wait. You can't even see the definition because I'm still so fat, but the gym is indeed getting smashed, though. You can believe me on that. Yeah. Actually, I'm waiting until after the stream to hit the gym today. I slept so good last night. I woke up, I read the Bible, and I was like, man, I'm just going to relax and ease into the stream this morning. And then after, I'm going to be taking some shots outside today. If you follow me on Instagram, then you see some posts I've made of me in my backyard. I got a nice little shooting setup for shooting pucks. So that's going to be part of my workout today. Last time I seen... Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, buddy. The vascularity is insane, bro. The definition is crazy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Took the NQ break, but early exit at the level to the left, halfway to fund it again. W, bro. W. Yeah. I'm new to these conditions. Like, I haven't been trading much ever since I've been, you know, going through the stuff I've been going through mentally. But, yeah, I'm going to have to kind of just sit back and watch for a while, I'd say, mainly. I don't know, like, what's the typical... Like, it seems like the ranges are kind of normal for a while, and then, boom, it's, like, out of nowhere. That's probably the worst part about going so long without really being active in the community and everything is, like, I'm basically, like, green right now to the markets. I'm not a green trader by no means, but to these conditions, you know, I'm late to the party, basically. But yeah, how's everybody's day going? If you traded Asia or London, did you guys take any W's or L's? And if so, how did you handle those? Was it with maturity? Was it with immaturity? Did anybody FOMO today? Did anybody go off the rails or anything? I think most of my viewers are pretty not green, like they've been around for a while, so maybe you guys got that pretty well under control at this point. Boom, 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 boom. It's nice to see that the connection is on excellent today. Yesterday, my Wi-Fi was struggling to keep up with everything. I'm not sure why that was. But it looks like I'm not so laggy or anything on the screen, which is good. Stuart says London has been a chop fest this week. Really? Maybe that's why NY is coming in with all the volume, it seems like. Maybe it's just like just building up and building up and building up. I've had 3 trades this week in the green. Dude, 3 trades in 1 week in the green. Recognizing the chop. Dude, if you're able to recognize the chop and just be able to be like, okay, I'm stepping away right now, that's huge. So props on that, man. Yeah, that's something that a lot of traders struggle with, even the best of the best. FaZe Aru, the guy that FaZe Aru, if I remember correctly, you friggin' you were Daniel's viewer before I was, I think, but I was his first mentorship student, but you watched him way before I did, I think. Is that right, FaZe Aru? Yeah. Yeah, see, I do remember. Nursing a personal now as well, so need the discipline more than ever. That's awesome, man. Yeah, dude, we got OGs in the chat right now. That's crazy. That's great to see. What's up, dude? Again from Miami. What's up from Newfoundland, Canada? I don't even know. Maybe you never even heard of that place. Lots of people I talk to haven't even heard of Newfoundland before. You were obviously missed, Pez. Dude, the love means a lot. You were in Canada twice, not a fan. Have you searched up Newfoundland though? Because if you searched up Newfoundland and you're a hiker or something like that, dude, maybe you know, like if you like going on hikes and stuff like that, Newfoundland's the place to be for Canada, I think. Or like maybe the Rocky Mountains as well. The Rocky Mountains and Twillingate, Newfoundland would be a couple good places to go. Grossmore, that's a good spot. Newfoundland is more like nature-y vibes. If you go to Canada and you go to like the big cities, you probably won't like it. You gotta like experience the nature of Canada. The nature of Canada is different than like the development side of things. Yeah, we're getting a massive rejection up on gold. I wonder if NQ is doing the same thing. No, NQ is still pushing that strong. Man, it seems like it just pushes in one direction, but the way I trade just, you know, it's not my opportunities, I would say. You going to get active in the Discord again? I'm gonna be definitely developing my own community as well as being active in Daniel's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, like I got lifetime access to his community, so I'll be active in there as I always been. I'm just getting back to things, you know, getting back to things. What's up, Morgan? Pezaroo, I like that one. I never heard that one before. Pezaroo in the zoo, going cuckoo. Maybe if we create like more of a bottom wick on this and then we engulf that candle, I might be in for a little buy. But other than that, I don't see anything that could happen possibly on this next candle. Like, I wouldn't be looking for anything for a sell down, I don't think. The only thing I would look for is a wick down and fill at least like half of this wick and then to engulf again, probably. Like if you look to the left, literally into this range, that this massive range right now, if we were to create structure, come back down, then break below, that would be awesome because we're literally right at this minor level. But this minor level has tons of wicks around it, so I don't like it very much. As like something to just be like, okay, we're probably going to blow past this, so let's take an impulse sell right here. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to take an impulse sell near this stuff that's so close to the left. That's me personally. That's just what I'm looking at. Agreed. Not looking nice with those wicks. Yeah. I think, you know, with the big strong push down and all that clean range to the bottom, I think sells would look awesome if we created some green and then, you know, maybe a couple green candles and then a push below again. Then we might get an opportunity, or I might get an opportunity to maybe get an entry. But other than that, I don't know. If anybody's in here new, my Instagram is I've been pretty active on my Instagram and TikTok. If any of you guys use those platforms, give me a follow. I've been working on my content game with like short form stuff. Lots of it has to do with my journey with losing weight, things like that. My journey getting back into a sport that I loved growing up, hockey. So we got a 30-minute closer coming up. Well done, Pez. You look good, man. Stuart, I appreciate that. Like Adam, was it Adam who said, you know, when I flex the biceps, the veins are popping out like crazy? Morgan's already locked out for the day, but would you consider a type 2 here? That wick and then a green break above? I'd consider it. I would consider it, but the main thing I wouldn't like about it is how far down we push down on this 115-minute candle before coming up. The 30-minute closer prior was right here, so this whole candle is the wick on the 30. If we were to close above, you know, that wick is a liability for me to want to be filled. There's always something wrong with every setup, though. There's always something wrong that's going to affect your probabilities in some way, that's going to make you, you know, a little bit hesitant. Pez, is it fair to say you follow Daniel Holmes' style of trading? Yeah, I'd say that's fair. I learned everything from him initially, basically, but you know, like I said, I'm a little bit green to how things are moving lately because I haven't been around. Bro, your streams have viral moments that could bring new viewers through short reels. Let me edit one free sample. Work together. I'm not really looking for anything like that, but you know, stick around maybe in the future. I'm not sure, but right now I'm just kind of doing my own thing. If I think there's something worth clipping, I'll do it and whatever. But yeah, I'm not really. My content on my Instagram right now is mainly focused on like outside this stuff. And then like a little bit of this, but like my content on Instagram is a lot of lifestyle stuff. But I appreciate that though. Any prop firms you recommend? Top Step, really. That's pretty much the only one I use. I think Daniel actually is starting one. Daniel Holmes is starting his own prop firm, or maybe he started at Oz Funding, or Oz. Is it Oz Funding? I think it is. Yeah, but you guys keep an eye out for that one. Yeah, you guys keep an eye out for that one. That one's gonna be good. He knows what's up with the rules and all that stuff, so it's gonna be. That one's gonna be good, I think. You know you good when you get banned, literally, man. Yeah. He was cheesing them. He was cheesing them hard. Okay, we got 7 minutes left. If we do engulf this candle, I think I will take a buy. He's back on Top Step? Yeah, I seen that actually. They allowed him back. Dominion also looks good. Pity I can't get an account in South Africa. Oof. Yeah, Dominion is by Raja Banks, I think. Yeah, he knows what's up. I think their prices are a little bit higher on their foreign exchange market stuff. I mean, typically futures prop firms are a lot cheaper. Raja is the GOAT. Raja is the OG of the OGs to this game. That's for sure. He really started the whole movement of like influencing with especially with this type of style of intraday trading where you focus more on the 15 and the 30. He focuses even more on the 30. So, you know, yeah, intraday trading is an interesting thing. You know, you're not really day trading technically. You know, day trading you might hold overnight sometimes, but intraday you'll hold even for minutes sometimes. But like day trading is still what we call it. But when your focus is all on the time frames 15 and up, obviously it's like less action. Like your mind don't need to be so all over the place to look for different things. It's more closer to day trading, but it's not exactly the same. Like, if that makes sense. I think it does. Lucid is awesome. I heard of those guys. I've heard a lot of good things about Lucid actually. Dominion funded now, yeah. And he does the live stuff too. Even if we were to close small body red and then engulf all this stuff, I think I'd still look for a buy around this area here. But you know, the fact that we're pushing that and creating a bit more of a wick on this can be a good thing, but we'll just see how it closes. Pez, I want you to imagine you looked at 1,000 traders across the world. What are the top 3 things you can tell about them that makes the profitable or just losing? I would say 1 is intuition. I would say intuition because every setup is different. There's something different about every setup. So that means that you can't rely fully on your systematic process. Your systematic process is very important, but to have the ability to have intuition, human intuition, to separate those different little factors across each setup is a major thing that separates profitable from losing traders over time. 2, that's a really good question, by the way. 2, I would say, is patience, not getting antsy, and being able to recognize when you are being antsy. So people who's able to be on the charts but not feel like they need to take a trade immediately, those guys are more likely to be successful. That's, yeah, patience is a big one. And what am I gonna say for a third one? What would I say? Regulation. I would say regulation. Emotional regulation. So that directly affects your ability to be patient, but it's also your ability to regulate how you react to your different feelings. So one person can have a boiling point, and I spoke about this in one of my reels before. One person can have a boiling point where they reach it and they go on tilt, right? Another person can go longer before they reach their boiling point, right? But why is that? Well, it's because of their emotional regulation. They're able to regulate how long it takes the kettle to boil the water, if that makes sense. YouTube shorts right here, man. James, I was thinking that in my head on the first one that I gave. I think I'm gonna make a short out of that one. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you're happy with that answer, Medical. I hope that gave some insight. It seems like we're losing momentum to the downside. I'm fine with that. If we get a big engulfing candle to the upside, I'm okay with taking a little buy, I think. We'll see what happens, though. Your boiling pot is over trading. Here's the thing, though. That's what your boiling pot leads to. Your boiling pot isn't actually over trading itself. You got to separate the boiling pot from what the reaction is to you boiling. The boiling pot is you, and over trading is the result of you allowing yourself to get to the point where you're compromisable for something like that to happen. If that makes sense. But once you become compromised, at that point, you know, it's just human nature. Everybody's vulnerable. I'm vulnerable to any of the different downfalls of human nature. But having an understanding of what leads to it can make a big difference in your ability to prevent it. It's like, you know, prevention is very important. Prevention. Yeah. It's like with mental illness too. Like, you can do so much to help with something with medication and like daily habits and all that stuff, but if you don't prevent it, if you don't prevent a relapse, then it's just gonna happen again, and then you're gonna have to go through the process of fixing it again, getting yourself to a point where you're vulnerable to a relapse again. Bars. All I do is win, no matter what. So I'm gonna stick around for this candle. If we get another red candle, I think I'm done, guys. 3 candles is enough for me to be stood up on stream, I think. But if we engulf the 2 previous red candles to the side, I'll be sticking around for a possible entry. If we don't get that, I'm out of here. But I'm also going to take a look at NQ. Oof. Look at that right there. I don't even know what to do with that, really. It's like it didn't hold enough support, but the markets have been moving so strong that you'd almost want to take an impulse right there. We'll see what happens on this candle. I wouldn't want this candle to push down much longer, I don't think. Or much further, I mean, if I'm going to get that engulfing. Yo, what's up, Seal? Oh, Stuart, you're from a similar area of Seal, I guess. Do you think NQ is a different animal? It is a different animal because there's different people buying and selling it. I don't think that it should be treated differently, but your results will be different. Like the way you approach it will just naturally be different. But you should treat it, all the principles and things you take into consideration before you take a trade should be the same. You're just going to get different trades at different times. Like everything about NQ is different. The tick value, the distance between ticks for the value of price, the people buying it, the amount of people buying it, the volatility, the volume, everything about it's different. But you can manage to trade it with the same system because of that human intuition factor. Yo, what's that name? Elfin, hey, how's it going? I'm trying it, Exodus. Oh, Seal said some stuff I didn't fully read. Peeling garlic? Dang. I don't be doing that stuff. I'd be throwing everything on the grill. I'd just be, for my cooking and all that stuff, I'd just be like meat on the grill. That's it. It's easy, it's quick. The only thing that sucks about it is having to clean the grill because I use the indoor grill. I'm just going to write that for anybody who tunes in. So right here on the 30 minute, there was a little bit of a wick left here. And it was below the level that it closed. But my reasoning behind not taking anything there is because weakening and extension one color. So you can see that candles were getting smaller and smaller leading up to this. And then you can also see that it's all one color. So in those situations, you know, I typically stand down. Yo, Will, what's up? I might not be sticking around for much longer because, like I said, 3 candles standing up. That's like 45 minutes on stream. That's good enough for me. And then I'll just be, you know, tuning into the charts for the rest of the day. Just checking in every 15 minutes to 30 minutes, I'd say. Where's Basic to? Basic friggin', he was in the Discord and he said, oh, I better not miss the next one, but he didn't even show up. And by the way, Anybody here, I do have a free Discord. You can use that link right there to join it. I'm going to pin that to the chat. If you're interested in building a community with me of traders, then go ahead and click that link. That's going to be pinned to the chat there. It looks like we are rejecting back up. So maybe if we do get a nice strong candle in the opposite direction, I might take a buy. We'll see. I want it to be a healthy green though. I don't want it to be weak green. Like, I don't want it to just barely engulf this candle. I want it to be a bit stronger. If I don't see that, I'm out, guys. And then I'm just going to be checking, like I said, throughout the day. Or throughout the next few hours anyways. I also got to hit the gym. Maybe I'll make a reel out of that. Seal says, I make garlic soy sauce and then marinate some short ribs in that. Oh, dude, you're talking my language. Key to my heart right there. We got how much time left on that candle? 6 minutes on that candle. So let's see. Let's see if we can drop a nice little on the market. Pushing up more. I like that. I like that we're pushing up more, especially with just 5 minutes left. But hopefully we don't get that massive dump of New York volume that's just going to push price up way too far. Getting down to the wire. Oh, that's looking better now. I'd even like it to engulf the past two candles, I think. If it wanted to do that, I'd still take it. Yeah, I don't mind it, medical. I don't mind it. As it is right now, like if we around this area. And if I were to put a stop. Like, let's say that we were to close up here and put a stop below. 90 ticks. Wow. Can you explain step 2 retest and how does it have to retest / where is the retest? It's situational. The retest is basically just like getting a wick in the opposite direction of where you're taking your buy / sell. And then the amount that it needs to retest varies per every trade, because obviously every retest is not the same, but minimum I would say eyeball it at least, like, you know, near to where support is if it's a type 2, or near where the range is if it's a type 1, if that makes sense. New York volume, boy. Let's see what happens. If I don't get exactly what I want to see, I'm going to lock out for 15 minutes. I'm going to close the stream and I'm going to wait. So this would be a type 2 for me, which would be a bounce off support or a bounce off resistance after it creates that new support or creates that new resistance. See, right now we're not getting very much confirmation in either direction. So I'll be standing down if we close like this. But if we keep continuing pushing up like this and then closing, you know, I'll think about taking an entry for a buy. Like, I kind of like that right there as it is, to be honest. It's a nice, engulfed the previous one nicely. The 30 would be starting to engulf the previous, which closed weaker. We filled the entire wick on the previous 30. As it is right now, I think I might take it. Maybe, baby. Yo, Pez, you guys know jerky, right? Have you ever had... I actually don't, I'm actually not fully sure what you're talking about at all. Cured meat? I don't think I've had any cured meat. But dude, I definitely want to try it though, because I am a big meats man. Was that a 30-minute closer? No, it wasn't. Okay. We're getting a retest now. We didn't leave much of a wick at all on the 15-minute, so I might wait for a double tap. $30 closer. I'd take this on the 15 if we had a double tap, but only if we had a double tap. Like if we were to create a bit more of a wick on this, then push down, then push back up, I'd take it on the 15 personally. But we might just run. I can delete this now as well. That 30 closer could end up being nice too, so I'll stick around it for this candle. Unless we just push up without, you know. So that wick is good enough for me. If we were to push back down, retest again, then push back up. But damn, yeah, look at that. Is anybody in right now? So that wick is actually a little bit too big for me at this point, and I'd wait for the 30 closer if we were to push back down and create new lows. Broke the highs, which I like for sure, yeah. Oh, we got a few people in here. Got a few people in buys right now. It is a pretty nice trade. So I got there, wrote down little to no wick on previous 15, so no entry for me. That's my reason for waiting for the double tap. We almost pushed down for me to take it again, but we just never pushed down fully. Yeah. Didn't fully get the opportunity. Always trust the trend, brothers. You want actual confirmation that's ready to move up. Wait for the 30-minute closer as well. Yep. If you miss it, so be it. Exactly, Seal. Seal is the man, guys. He knows what's up. Now, if we push up to the point where this 30 doesn't look good, like if we create too much of a wick on the 30, then I'm just out of here, guys. I'm not sticking around anymore if that's the case. That would be, this 30 closer would be right here. So that's where we're looking at, as like a level to close above pretty much. Easy peasy. Stewart's managing. Yeah, if we extend above that level, I'm out of here. Raised by the community. Let's go. That's funny, but dude, so true. I'm the same way. Check your picture. What'd you send it to? Look at that, guys. That's what Seal just sent me then. You guys like that? Look good? Does it look diddly-umptious? I think it does. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for sharing, bro. Yeah, so we're extending above this level now quite a bit. What would be dope as fuck right now? What Seal just sent? You're out? W, bro. W. Massive W's. How much are we extending above on 30 now at this point? I mean, and much further than this, then yeah. Yeah, I think I'm out, guys. I think I'm out, guys. It's invalid for me at this point to take a trade after this candle. Let's look at NQ just quickly, though. Yeah, it's invalid for me. Everything is. Let's look at the hourly on NQ, though. Yeah. Not a big fan. I am going to stick it out and wait longer. That's the game, guys. Waiting. Waiting. Almost got the double tap to get an entry there, but we never fully did. So, that's all good. The 30 closer would have been way nicer anyways. Like Jack was saying, and seal. So, that concludes the stream. I'll be back tomorrow if everything works out. If I do end up getting some good sleep. And, you know, I'll catch you guys whenever. Be active in my comment section on Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. Join the Discord if you want to. And yeah, of course, dude. Of course, man. Peace out, guys.